New York and on the new Hot 97 app. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
Ebro in the morning, Laura Styles, Rosenberg. Give it up for Inglewood's own SiR. One time. My favorite thing about SiR is he's really from Inglewood, so Inglewood SiR makes sense on the gram. And his real first name is
SiR.
Government name. It's not even like a whole marketing. There's no like hustle here.
I wish.
Really?
Nah. I wish it wasn't actually. I wish it was some regular shit like Mark or some shit like that.
Did you? I hated my name growing up. My name is Ibrahim, so my whole life I was like, why can't I be Michael? Well, not my whole life. Probably till I was about 9, 10, right. Paul, Peter, something. Mm-hmm. Did you have that same thing when you was a kid?
No, not really. I accepted it, and my family they call me Daryl, so that kind of simplifies things. So yeah,
wait, hold on. Well, your family calls you Daryl,
and
everyone else has to call you SiR.
Daryl's his middle name, I'm assuming.
My first name is SiR Daryl. It's my full first
SiR
name.
Daryl is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Exactly.
SiR Daryl.
You feel like you just got knighted?
Thanks. Thanks, Rosenberg.
I love that. SiR Daryl.
Exactly.
Now, do people used to
now you see my fucking elementary and junior high school life. Yeah.
SiR. Well, you can't help it, though, because having to call someone SiR...
It's too proper. Yeah,
it's inherently proper for the person saying it, right?
Exactly.
Like you feel inferior for having to say SiR.
Exactly.
What's up, sir? Whenever anyone says that as slang, it's like they're boosting you up, It's a very unique circumstance.
No, for sure. My grandmother gave me that name, and the reason she gave me that name is because she's an old black lady from the South. Mm-hmm. So she said that when anybody met me, they would have to respect me.
That's dope.
So it is specifically for that purpose.
Right, but I didn't get it when I was a kid. I was like, it's so stupid, and da-da-da-da. But as an adult, I'm like, yeah, my name's SiR Daryl. And I'll look you in your soul and let you know, like, you know what I mean?
My name is SiR. You will call me SiR.
And yeah, you will address me as such.
And that is more common than a lot of people realize with black folks.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of SiRs and Kings. Misters,
Kings. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Prince.
Yep. Beyonce's twin is SiR.
Well, not Beyonce's twin, her daughter.
Her twin.
The twin.
One of the twins, the son, yeah.
The son is
yeah.
SiR and Rumi.
SiR and Rumi.
Yeah. You felt like they was biting off you. You was like, yo,
Beyonce,
Beyonce,
for real? Man.
Kind of made you hot now. Now it's like, now I wonder if people think you're calling yourself SiR because of Beyonce.
Nah.
That hasn't happened yet.
I don't think so.
Not everything has to run through the funnel of did Beyonce do it.
Does the Beehive know?
Shout out to Beyonce. Beyonce, I love you so much.
I just
want to say
keep
that.
Going,
yeah, I love
going.
you. That's it. No, that's
now,
it.
Now you make some
that's
fire ass R&B and have one of the great R&B albums available right now.
Thank you.
And you've stayed, because this is your third project or second?
Third, technically.
Technically,
yeah,
third.
Second through TDE.
But you started helping other people with their music. That's how
correct.
This started. What's the backstory?
Man, it was like 2010, 11 when I started like really getting serious about music and just didn't know how to work Pro Tools and, wanted to get better at translating my thoughts. So I went to school for recording engineering. And after that, I just started working in the industry, trying to just engineer and get jobs and stuff like that, and kept writing songs for other people. And, that kind of turned into me, wanting to release music because I just had a stockpile of music. And one thing led to another, and I ended up being an artist. But, I came into it just with the respect for music in general. You know what I mean? So still to this day, I go out and I try to help as many people as possible when I have the time. You know what I mean? In the off season, I'm out trying to like get sessions and work with artists that I respect.
Season, like it's football.
Yeah, for real. Nah, I mean, you got to have some time away. Right. But
you grew up singing?
Yeah,
around the house?
Yeah, everybody in my house sings.
Family?
My mom sings. My brothers all sing, write songs, all that type of shit. So
what are the different skills? So you sing, you can engineer.
Yep, I produce. I play a little keys, not too much. Play a little bass, not too much.
Okay,
just enough to get around. You know what I mean? But I kick it with musicians, let's just say that. So when I'm like making music and stuff like that, I always got somebody that's talented and capable, you know what I mean? And then I'll just sit in front of Pro Tools and let them vibe.
The coolest thing about a SiR album to me is not only that it's musically amazing, but it's real guru talk. It's grown man talk.
Mm-hmm. Respect.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like it's not strip club R&B. He ain't talking about taking nobody woman from him like that.
Right.
He ain't,
I think you're too loyal.
Yeah, he ain't shitting on people for being broke. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's none of that.
I see you at the bus stop hanging every day. Your man must think it's safe for you to travel that way.
LL Cool J still hurt your feelings.
I can't believe he did that. It's horrible LL did that.
Not with SiR, though.
Yeah,
SiR
you're not
is
doing that.
A successfully married family man who writes amazing R&B.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
No, I'm just saying so people can understand, because I don't really think it's appreciated yet, your role in the in the ecosystem of R&B.
And you know what's funny? Like, I'm not even trying to, like, that's the whole thing about all this. A lot of artists are trying to get on. I don't give a fuck about most of this stuff, man. I really just love music, and I'm trying to be as honest as possible. This is my therapy. So whether people, like it or not, it's honest. So it's going to connect with people that are looking for stuff like that.
Musically, it's undeniable.
Thank you.
Musically, it's not like it's timeless R&B music. Like, it's not trying to be OD trappy or auto-tune. It's none of the like trendy things.
Yeah.
He's trying to make timeless music.
How did you first connect with TDE?
Oh, man. Through SoundCloud. Manager of mine was kicking it with a young lady. She put on some SiR, and he was like, who is this? She's like, yeah, this SiR. He from Inglewood. You don't know about SiR? And he was like mad that he didn't know me. So he called the label that I was fucking with at the time out of Portland. They called me. He was in Santa Monica, and I just so happened to be like on 99th and Myrtle, like La Brea and Century. Right. So he like, yeah, come pull up to the studio. And I pulled up. Dot was there that night. We're working on J-Rock's album. This was 90059. And I hopped on a song that same night, and probably like a month later, we were already like in negotiations talking. So it was real simple shit. And it's, it's been family ever since. This was like 4 years ago now.
Wow, that's dope.
So yeah, it's cool.
And how long had you been on the grind in music up till then? You said 2011,
Man.
so
Yeah.
about four or 5 years.
Yeah, just
and then
about.
found this situation.
Yes, sir.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think so. But,
Yeah.
but even before that, like I said, my family is all musically inclined, so I just grew up in music, and I have such a respect for it. You know what I mean? And I didn't really want to do music in my young 20s. I thought I was going to hoop coming out of high school, but that shit didn't work out. I'm 5'11", and not as quick as I thought I was. So, by the time I'm 21, I'm like, yeah, I need to switch hats. I got a job like working at the gym. I worked for like Bally Total Fitness and like LA Fitness for a while. I was a manager, and I did that until I was sick of it and just had to switch, hats and kind of find something that I really enjoyed, because working for people wasn't it. You know what I mean? So my brothers were doing music at the time, and I just decided, let me give it a shot, see what it's about. My brother gave me like a little Pro Tools template, some beats, and I, was playing around. And after about a month, I wrote about 4 songs that were whack, but they had potential. You know what I mean? And my brother would tell me that, like, yeah, this trash, but keep going. And that was the best thing he could ever did for me, was like, keep going. Like, I don't like this, but I like this about that.
Right.
Like, this is cool.
You have
focus
structure, or you have some element to it.
Exactly. And he never really just let me, you know what I mean? Or never really took me under his thing and made me what he wanted to be. He kind of let me find it for myself. And I think that's important for all musicians, is to find what you like and find what feels good to you when you're creating. You know what I mean? A lot of people are forcing it by trying to be what everybody else is and do what they see and shit like that. But, the best music that I've ever heard sounds like it came from, somebody's personal shit. So I try to like stay to that with mine.
How did you find this headspace that you're in? I'm sure it has to do with your upbringing and your brothers and your family and just the neighborhood you're from. But, a lot of people are out here chasing a sound, chasing a style, trying to get on.
Yeah.
Right? How did you find this peaceful kind of space that you exist in?
I didn't look for it. I think it just kind of happened. I put my head down and I focused on where I was. You know what I mean? I focused on myself. I didn't focus on what was going on in the music industry or what beats people were gravitating towards or what was popular. I just kept writing songs until I felt like they were getting better. And, that's always my goal. I don't compete with anybody. I don't think, that's healthy for people to like chase other people.
Were you comparing what was great to you to what sound? To just classic, all-time, timeless music that you knew this stuff stands the test of time?
Yes and no. Like I'm listening and I know what I gravitate towards as far as like old music and old R&B and things like that. But even still, I pull from so many different places. I listen to a lot of gospel. I listen to a whole bunch of rap. You know what I mean? So it's not just like I'm listening to R&B music like I like this. I want it to feel like this. I'm listening to everything. And I'm like, I like that. Let me take a little bit of this, put it in there. I like this. Let me take a little bit of this. And I kind of create my own stew based on and it's not even like I'm sitting listening to records like, oh yeah, I'm gonna create like that. It's kind of like I put music on and I'm like, and I just start. I don't even pay attention to.
I was the same when I was in my R&B group. It was the same thing back in the day.
What were you guys called again?
Tomorrow's Answer.
Tomorrow's Answer.
Don't front like you didn't know the name, son.
Tomorrow's Answer, man.
Yo, why y'all niggas really trying to act like y'all don't know the name?
I was honestly,
we was hot, B.
We know it from you saying
88, 89. Yo,
He
man,
had like
flat
leather
tops.
jackets and shoulder pads. The whole
Yeah,
nine.
that's what I'm talking about.
Tomorrow's
That's
answer.
right. Yeah, I see.
I'm
You
a
were
art-
tomorrow's answer.
Exactly.
If the question was, who's going to become a loud, obnoxious douchebag on the radio? I have tomorrow's answer.
I can tell you guys are good friends.
We've heard a lot about tomorrow's answer.
Yo, they just trying to hate, man.
No, I'm jealous.
But the point of it is, we did our thing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Now, real quick, we do hear from a lot of rappers who love R&B.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have as many conversations with R&B singers who listen to tons of rap. So who is I always think about Ghostface, right? Like Ghostface only listens to R&B. Right? There's some people that's all they listen to.
Real gangsters only listen to R&B.
All right, particularly with gangster shit.
You get it.
But in your case, you listen to a lot of rap. So what's the rap that you really like to listen to?
My standard, and where's the T-shirt? He got two of my favorite albums of all time was on that shirt right there.
Let me.
Okay, now y'all guess which ones. Guess which ones.
All-time favorites.
Let me see.
I'm
Don't
gonna
answer
go
yet until
with-
we've all guessed.
I'm gonna go with. I'm guessing Pac.
Wrong.
No,
and Nas.
don't say anything
Wrong.
wrong.
I got
Don't
it.
say
Wrong.
Okay.
I want to take a guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. Hold on, trying to get a little closer. I can't see.
All right,
I'm gonna go Mob Deep.
Wrong.
I'm gonna
And-
go. Wait. Okay, go.
Go try to get another one. At least
Hurry
get one
up.
right. I got
This
two
is
wrong.
great. I love this.
Ready to Die.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Aquemini.
Ooh, there you go.
I'm gonna go with Aquemini,
My
and I'm
girl.
gonna go with the Chronic.
I couldn't even
Nope.
listen to Aquemini.
Okay.
Nah.
Well, at least I
Nah.
got
Nah.
Aquemini.
Now the
So,
the
Fugees
Chronic.
and
Yes and
Aquemini?
no. That's the wrong Chronic because you remember I'm a little younger, so
2001.
Thank you.
2001.
Exactly. Now when you think about that one, that's like the perfect hip hop album to me. They got the best song ever on there. You got the number. It's on you to make the call. You know I come quick, help you redecorate your walls, touch your backyard. Don't have to act hard to get
Devin the dude.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, Devin the dude.
And
so yeah,
Aquemini.
Aquemini
Yep.
and
Aquemini.
so wait, what was your other one?
My other one was Reasonable Doubt Jay.
Jay Reasonable.
Huge
Doubt,
Jay
which was
fan.
very
Yeah.
melodic,
Too
too.
much West Coast
Lot
dick
of soul.
licking and too many niggas on a mission doing your best Jay-Z rendition. That's like, to me, the first time I heard that, I was like, damn, that's fucked up, but that's tight at the same time. I was on the West Coast listening to that like, fuck, he got us. You know what I mean? And it was late. It was way past the prime of the album, you know what I mean? But it was still just something that
Right,
hit.
'cause
It
you were
struck
only
a nerve.
11 You were 11 years old.
I was a
when this
kid,
came
so when I heard that, I was
Right.
like 16, right? My brother was playing it, and it was an old Jay album at the time. I think he was working on either.
He was already on Blueprint.
Yeah, he was on Blueprint, exactly, and it just blew my mind, man. And there's certain things you hear for the first time sonically just fuck you up.
Well, and it's interesting you point to Aquemini, which is very melodic,
Mm-hmm.
also, right? Like beyond the bars,
Yeah,
the
the music.
musically.
Thank you,
Same
bro.
thing with Reasonable Doubt. Beyond the bars,
Mm-hmm.
the samples and what Clark and did with that album musically is timeless.
Musically, Aquemini is one of the greatest albums ever made.
No, for sure. And I think that's what a lot of artists in general and across any kind of like what you do miss is that the music has to be fire. Fuck what you saying. You could come up there and say basically some bullshit.
We've heard people do that.
Yeah, and the
We've heard
music's
this
fire, and people are like, hey, I like it because the beat's fire. So that's half the battle. So you can be as talented as you want to be as a rapper, but if you got a whack ass beat, you lost. You
I
fucking
couldn't-
lost.
I couldn't agree with you
So I take that approach into when I'm building R&B out. If the beat ain't dope or we ain't like got no shit that's gonna make you move, I ain't gonna write
There are
to it.
albums that are accepted because every beat is fire, even though the rapping's trash.
Yeah, like,
I don't like Group Home, for example.
Home,
No
yeah.
disrespect.
Perfect
I love
example.
those guys. I'm not saying they're trash, but it's very simple.
It's a great example though.
But the other way around, every beat is trash, but the guy has bars. That's not a thing that people. They'll have fans specifically, right?
Exactly.
Like you could go. I'm not going to name the artists. I don't want their fans
Right.
in my mentions. But you can name the artists who never had good records but could rap their ass off.
That's right.
They have a pocket of fans.
Yeah.
But the albums are not considered classic.
And I think that's like one of the biggest differences for me, and this is no disrespect to anyone, between Nas and Jay. Jay's music always shit on everything. Nas was very lyrical, very talented, barred up on everybody, but
I don't think
just
he
could
didn't-
not compare when it came to the production on the album. The albums always stood out because Jay was just killing niggas on the musicality. You know what I mean? And that's a huge thing. That's why artists like Kendrick Lamar stand out. Why, even Drake, this nigga's beats are always pristine. Even though he might
40's
not,
in there killing.
Drake's really interesting too because he picks beats that I would never pick.
But then you
And when
listen
I
to it
hear
3
them,
times, you're
I
like,
know.
oh!
When I first heard "Money in the Grave," I'm like, cool, another cool Drake record.
Yeah, that's-
it's gonna be
Then it
gone.
comes on at the right
And
time.
now,
Ripped.
Money in the Grave beat, I'm like,
Ripped.
wow, you pick. And that's really credit to him.
Yeah.
Because you
And 40.
and
No,
40.
for sure, for
But on
sure.
a beat tape, you would pass that. I would pass that. I'd be like, no, that's not
10
great.
times over, but as soon as you hear them on, and it's more about what works for you and knowing what sonics are important. Kick, snare, balance, you know what I mean? Your bass has to be fat. It's a hip hop thing, man. And I think like I'm a child of hip hop and I take that in my R&B. So a lot of times when like rappers listen to my shit, they're like, oh yeah, this shit kind of
Because they're thinking of you're thinking of the same mentality.
Yeah, I got
But
the
there's
Dr.
been
Dre
some
method,
great
man.
R&B
Boom
albums.
bap.
There's
Right.
been some great R&B albums that, were mixed and made like hip hop albums.
Exactly, the
You know what
best
I mean?
ones.
Teddy Riley had a gift for that.
Yep.
Had a gift. You listen to that Bobby Brown first album, Don't Be Cruel. You listen to that Keith Sweat first album. You listen to that Guy album. Like, there's a lot of shit in there.
It's the boom
Even the
bap.
shit Puffy did.
It's the boom
R&B
bap.
albums Puff did, Faith Evans, all of that shit.
Nah, very true.
Sir, I appreciate you, man. I just want to say that.
Were you
Nothing
saying
but love, dog.
Were you calling him Sir by his name? You weren't just randomly.
They
hitting
always
with
call
him.
me Duro. Next time y'all see me, make it
No,
easy.
no,
yeah.
no.
Duro's so much easier.
I call mad people sir. I could call mad people. I'll see somebody, yo, what up, sir? All the time. I say it all the time.
No,
At least I can say it to the person that's their name.
Respect. I think it's hilarious. People walk down the street and I like open the door and be like, thank you, sir. And I'll be like, I like laugh to myself and shit. I think it's hilarious. Be having a double
You
check.
don't know
like,
my
do you-
name is Sir, but you call me Sir. Thanks.
Nah, man.
Yo, y'all give it up. What should we play? Let's play something.
Man, play Hair Down.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do
Featuring
it.
Kendrick Lamar.
Let's
Yep.
go, man. Sir, Inglewood, sir. Follow him on the gram. Get the new album November.
Thank you,
Let's
sir.
go. Let's go. Oh, no, that's not the new album. What's the new album title? That's
Oh
the last
no,
album.
it's Chasing Summer.
Chasing
Chasing Summer.
Yeah,
Give
go
it
get
up,
November
sir.
too.
I'm sorry.
Get both of them.
Get November 2.